First, let's start with introductions from the academic leaders who have made this possible, and we want to welcome you here today. We're going to start with UCLA's Dr. James Economou. Dr. Economou is the Vice Chancellor for Research and Professor of Surgery here at UCLA.
They're applauding you, not me, Barbara. On behalf of Chancellor Block, I'd like to welcome you to the UCLA campus. I'd like to commend Barbara and her colleagues for envisioning this Zoobiquity initiative, really a collaboration among disciplines interested in improving the health of both animals and humans. I want to acknowledge a number of members in the audience. My colleague, Dr. Curtis Eng, Chief Veterinarian at the Los Angeles Zoo, Dean Michael Larimore of UC Davis School of Veterinary Medicine, Dean Philip Nelson from the Western School of Veterinary Medicine, Pat Conrad from the UC Davis One Health Project, Richard Goldstein from the Animal Project Center in New York, David Hayworth from the Morris Animal Foundation. I want to commend Barbara and Catherine Bowers for the recently released monograph, surprisingly entitled Zoobiquity. There are 200 attendees in this conference. I think it'll be another exciting day here and at the zoo, and I wish you a very enjoyable and instructive conference. Thank you.
Now, Dr. Michael Larimore, who is the Dean of the UC Davis School of Veterinary Medicine.
Well, thank you. It's a great pleasure to be here and to have so many of us come together around this important subject that all of us is near and dear to our hearts. And again, congratulations to Barbara, not only on the conference and the book, but also bringing the interdisciplinary nature of all of us together towards this particular conference. I think it'll be an exciting day. We certainly are very happy that so many of us from UC Davis are here, including our faculty and our students. This is really ingrained within our mission. It's ingrained to all of us and certainly ingrained in me as an individual. I was in my laboratory as a graduate student at Colorado State studying this obscure virus, ovine progressive pneumonia virus, when a fax came through that showed that the virus that was affecting these San Francisco patients had a similar conical-shaped nuclear capsid core particle. For those of you not virologists, it means that it had a very unique structure. And that structure meant that the AIDS virus was to be classified as a lentivirus, something that we had studied in veterinary medicine for decades. In fact, had known a lot about it, many diseases, including EIA-V, which was an infectious agent of horses known since over 100 years. And so they came to our field to look for some of the answers as to how these viruses might be affecting these AIDS patients. And Bob Gallo invited us to the NCI, and as a graduate student, I distinctly remember being in his lab meeting and them asking questions about what do these viruses do, how do they infect, what are the tropisms. And when we mentioned things like the macrophage and what kind of diseases they caused, it was really enlightening and very gratifying to be able to add to that body of knowledge. And then doing a postdoc at the CDC in Atlanta, I was involved and actually at the beginning of screening of these kind of viruses in the blood supply, and began to work on HTLV1, a human retrovirus, which was not discovered until 1980. Spent the rest of my life working on human retroviruses. So I'm truly a product of that one health and one medicine, and as exemplified in this conference, that approach of all of us solving. And I think the key theme that you'll find today is we're coming around common complex problems. And this is what all of us face in society. And our mission at UC Davis is really to lead veterinary medicine, but also address societal needs. And to do that, we need all of us in the room. Our complex problems, from food safety to infectious disease, mean that all of us have to take advantage of all of our collective talents and skills. And this conference is really exemplifying that. So have a great day, and I look forward to talking with you and seeing you all later at the zoo.
Thanks, Dr. Larimore. And finally, Dr. Phil Nelson, who's the Dean of the College of Veterinary Medicine at Western University.
Good morning, and thank you, Barbara. I want to welcome you from the 9 colleges of health sciences and professional schools at Western University. And thank you for being here. This is a natural association for us, and I want to thank Barbara for allowing us to partner with her with this excellent effort. We have an interprofessional curriculum where all 9 colleges actually share in their education and share together. And as you go through the day, and as you go through this wonderful program, looking at the direct comparisons of diseases between man and animals, I'd like you to think about how we can do this in the oblique sense as well. Yes, diseases look alike and are similar from a biological perspective, but there are other things we can learn from each other as well. Veterinarians probably spend more time considering euthanasia than any other health profession. And we can learn a lot about end-of-life issues as it applies to human beings as well. And so those are the things that I'm looking forward to us developing other collaborative efforts in. Ultimately, we want to take that information and figure out how we can improve the delivery of health care for both animals and man. I look forward to an exciting day, and welcome again from Western University.